feel like most of us make excuses at some point. Very often we make excuses daily when it comes to little things, sometimes big things, it depends, but when it comes to everything, we often make excuses when we just tell ourselves something that is gonna keep us from doing it, even though we might actually want to do that thing. We just tell ourselves, well, I'm too tired today, I don't have time today, or I have a lot of work for school or whatever. And just a lot of the time, we don't achieve our goals just because we keep making excuses. There are, of course, many factors to this, and we can't always control what we do and what happens in our life. Of course, that's like one way to look at it and like one case, but I feel like maybe even a more common case, or just it's very common at least, we just keep making excuses. We keep saying like, I can't do this for whatever reason, and then we actually never achieve it, or it takes us a billion years because we just keep making excuses. I'm gonna repeat that a billion times in this video, I'm sorry in advance. Thing is, when something is up to us and it's completely in our control, we often don't want it to be because it's really difficult and exhausting and just really maybe time consuming, or just we need to give a lot of energy to it. And like, for example, working out, we just tell ourselves, I'm too tired, I don't have much time today, my legs are really sore, so I really don't feel like doing any squats right now, or I worked out yesterday already, I can work out tomorrow. That's one case. Or another case is like, I really don't want to write right now because I'm not inspired at all and I would rather just do nothing and I'm just gonna go watch TV shows because that's so much easier than writing. And like, if I'm not inspired, I'm not gonna write anything good anyway, so why would I do it then? All that shit is just things that we tell ourselves, but we don't realize that we could actually do something about it. Like, you make the excuse of like, I don't have time to work out, but you have time to go on Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest a billion times every day. You have time to watch shows or YouTube or do other things. You are watching a video right now, and instead of watching this video, you could have done, like a 5-minute workout, or you could have written something, or you could have read a few pages of a book, or you could have worked on homework or whatever. And of course I want you to watch this video, but you are watching it right now, meaning you have time to spare. And maybe you don't have time usually, but you can always wake up earlier or go to bed a little later. It doesn't, again, you probably spend a lot of time on your phone before going to bed, or in your bed you just turn it on and you just scroll through Instagram and shit like that. Just most of us are in this case of like, we do so many things that are actually really useless and they waste our time, and then we tell ourselves, I don't have time for this, I'm sorry, but we could actually make time for it. Again, this is, as always, it's not possible in all cases, but so often it is, but we just stop ourselves. And the thing that I want to get out to you and tell you in this video is that so often we are the only obstacle standing in our way, or the biggest one at least. Of course, life can get in our way. Of course, all these things are super difficult and there are so many factors, like I said at the beginning, but so often we just build a wall up because we're too lazy, or we're scared, or we just aren't in the mood, or maybe we don't really want it bad enough if we keep making excuses. And I'm pretty sure that if there are some goals that for months or even years, you've been telling yourself, I really want to write a book, I really want to get back into reading, I really want to work out, or I really want to learn to paint, or whatever it is, you probably have been telling yourself that you want to achieve it for quite a while. And maybe the biggest reason why you still haven't done anything for it is that you keep making excuses. I feel like the only thing we actually need to do to stop doing that, so that we can actually work on achieving our goals, is to tell ourselves like, do I really want to keep doing this, or do I want to like girl up and stop making the fucking excuses and just go do it, no matter how exhausting it is, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how much time and energy it will require. You can either keep making those stupid excuses that you know are ridiculous and useless and just keep you only from achieving what you want, or you can just tell yourself something else. Replace it with something more motivational and positive, like, yeah, my legs are fucking sore right now, and the last thing I feel like doing is to work out, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I'm definitely not gonna regret it. It's gonna make me feel great, and sure, my legs will burn like crazy, but it's gonna be so worth it. Or it can be the case with anything else. Like, sure, I'm not very inspired right now, but I could still get some work done. I could still write something or work on the world building or whatever. And you have two choices. You can keep making the excuses, or you can stop. And the thing is, it's like, it's not as easy as it sounds, but at the same time, it is so easy, because the only person in this case, like in the case that I'm talking about, you are the only obstacle in your way. And so you either don't want it bad enough, so you will keep making excuses, or you want it so freaking bad that all the pain and all the effort and time will be so worth it. So if there's something that you want to achieve right now, but you haven't really been working on it, ask yourself, what's standing in your way? Maybe there are things that are standing in your way that you cannot control, but maybe you are the only thing that's in your way, in which case, why don't you remove that obstacle, and instead of that voice that only belittles everything and makes excuses and whines and complains, you can replace it with a voice that's like, you can do this. Because you want to make it happen, so what the hell is stopping you from making it happen right now? It's only up to you. And that is such a powerful thing that is, of course, like, the responsibility is yours and it's your call. That's great, but it's often actually difficult because it's like, we have to make it happen. You know, we have to push ourselves to do it, but it's also freaking great, because if it's in your hands, it means you can do something about it. And so, are you gonna do something about it, or do you just want to keep making excuses? And I want to put it out there again for the billionth time that, of course, there are so many times when it's so much more complicated than that, and most of the time there's at least something standing in your way, but also, most of the time, you can do something about it. Maybe not everything, maybe you can't have everything you want right now, probably not, but you can definitely fight for something. And it's gonna be difficult because the best things are always very difficult to achieve, but it's also gonna be absolutely worth it. And you're gonna be so grateful that you pushed yourself even though you really didn't feel like it. So stop being lazy, stop watching YouTube, and go fight for your dreams. So that's it for this video. If you want to check out my last How to Human episode, it's going to be right over here. And if you want to check out my second channel, it's right over there. And that will be it. Have a brilliant day and see you soon in my next video. Bye!